New York, big city of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.
What's going on? It's Jailers from Nick of Time Show here, giving you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And listen, we came in this game, man. We was a little bit lackadaisical, but at the end of the day, it was too little, too late. The Knicks lose to the Pacers, 98-111. We cut the lead to 2 at one point. Our second unit defense was on point, but we really couldn't get it together. Myles Turner, career night, hitting all sorts of threes. I think he hit 7 threes on the night. Really kind of did us in. And that combined with the lackadaisical effort in the first quarter. But before I get into game, let me introduce my guy. It is the man, the myth, the legend, the guy at the stats and the facts.
Ryan G is in the building, and it seems like since the Knicks are losing at the moment, I temporarily take over the stats and facts.
Yeah, because I don't want to deal with it.
Exactly.
I want to deal with it. You go ahead. You hold that down, Ryan.
Yeah, so the Knicks lost to the Pacers 111-98. Bruh. Again, led by Badman Barrett, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 of 20 from the field. Julius Randle, 18 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists. Then we have Evan Fournier, 14 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Derrick Rose, 13 points, 3 assists. Alec Burks off the bench, 2 with 10 points, 3 steals, 3 assists. And now we're going to get to team stats right quick, and this is where it gets kind of ugly.
Ugh.
For the Knicks, the Knicks shot 20.8 for 3 for a while.
Hold on 1 second, Ryan. Is your mic plugged in? You getting choppy?
Yeah, look.
Okay, continue.
Not clear?
Yeah, you're going in and out. You're going in and out.
All right, well, hopefully I can hear me out there. The Knicks shot 5.4 for 3, 20.8%, which is well below. While gave up 16 keys to the Pacers. Pacers shot 39% from B, and like you said, 7 of those came from Myles Turner. Our rebounded by the Pacers by 3, 49-46. Also, fast break points. Pacers also had the advantage there, and that's pretty much it comes to stats.
Yeah, man. The 3-point shooting flipped on its head. We were a team who was number 1 in the league in hitting three-pointers, number 2 in the league in 3-point percentage, and for some reason this game we only managed to hit 5 threes. It was I think that was one big stat of the game that really we couldn't really get over the hump off of. Our number 1 3-point maker on his team, the number 1 3-point shooter in the league, in Kemba Walker, was abysmal today. From 0 from 5 from 3 from Kemba Walker, 18% from the field, 2 of 11. Evan Fournier has also been pretty good for us from 3, 1 from 5 from 3. All around, no one was really clicking, and the thing is, those threes that those threes are open. We had a lot of wide open threes that just were not hitting at all the entire game, to the point where the Knicks changed philosophy. That's something we haven't seen yet this year. They just completely changed philosophy and was like, you know what? I'm not taking any more threes. I'm going to the hole. And it kind of worked, but not, the law of averages kind of caught up to us, man. The law of averages kind of caught up to us. That's all. I don't know.
Yeah, the Knicks today, the offense was just, especially the first half. Honestly, I was watching the first half. I don't know. I couldn't put my finger on as to what the hell the Knicks were doing on offense, because the offense just looked out of rhythm, out of sync. The amount of times I could count Julius Randle handling the ball up the court, and my man Kemba Walker standing in the corner like as if he a forward. Like, I don't know what was going on in the first half. In the second half, they started picking up a bit, with the defense and, trying to get the offense flowing. But that 11-0 run to start the game pretty much did the Knicks in, because the Knicks were not able to come back from that. And when the Knicks did cut it down to 2, it was like every time the Knicks got a run and they brought the game within 3, within 2, the Pacers just just built on the lead, and they just built up their lead again. The Knicks couldn't get over the hump.
But that's the thing, Ryan. I didn't think the offense was. I mean, we didn't score a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
the shots that we got were so open. I wasn't worried. In my mind, I wasn't really worried. I wasn't worried. I was like, okay, we're missing these shots, but they're wide open shots. If we keep running the offense the way we are, these shots should hit eventually, and it just never happened. So offensively, I wasn't worried, but maybe I should have been. I know some people was like, well, we're shooting too many threes in general, and maybe some people were kind of happy that way. We only took 24 threes
24
today.
threes,
Yeah. And we was averaging 30 last year. That's even below what we was averaging last year. It took 24 threes today. The number we're trying to hit is 40. This is the first time we took a lower number of threes without another team zoning us. Because the last few games we shot around 33s. It was because the teams were zoning us and took us out of the rhythm. Today we just wasn't hitting them at all. And
Yeah.
I don't expect that to happen every game. But go ahead, Ryan.
No, I was just saying that I agree with you. In the second half, I felt like the Knicks offense flowed way better. The shots the Knicks were getting, I thought those were good shots. But it's just the simple fact that every time the Knicks got close, the Pacers just ran away back with the game, and they just upped the lead. Every time the Knicks got close, and the Pacers just played better than the Knicks. And I think what really killed the Knicks in this game was the 3-point shooting, which like you said, the Knicks only hit 5 threes, and then if you're gonna hit 5 threes and the Pacers are gonna hit 16 threes, I mean, that's gonna swing it heavily in the Pacers' favor. And one concern I got from this game was the bigs with the threes, because Myles Turner went off for 7 threes, and then even the guy off the bench, I forgot his name, that other big,
Craig,
hit 2 threes as well. And it makes me worried in the future about the Knicks when they have to face bigs who can shoot the 3, like, for example, Denver with Jokic and guys like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Mitch had problems containing 3-point shooters so far this season, but I feel like this game, I can't really blame Mitch, man. I can't, he starts off the first quarter with 3 blocks, but the man can't be everywhere. There's a fundamental reason why Mitch is always seemed to be in this weird position where he's just trying to guard everybody, and it's the point of attack defense is just not working. Like, that's going to be a problem for us, especially when we have these penetrating guards and wings that we're about to play. That was the main reason why I feel like these threes are wide open, especially in that corner. Also, Nick has a tendency to really, really help deep into the paint, to the fact where it's just ridiculously hard to even recover to Myles, and that's a whole other story. But I just feel like there's not a lot of room for error in general for our starting backcourt to be any tarts of lackadaisical. Because, the first quarter comes. I'm going to the summary. First quarter comes. I feel like, the Knicks, we were down 11-0. First quarter comes, Knicks were down 11-0. Indiana scores 36 points in the first quarter, starts off 11-0. And I think a lot of that had to do with the dribble penetration of those guards. And I think when those guards aren't on high alert and they're not giving their all, because they're not super tall, because they're not super athletic, because they don't have like long wingspans and able to make up ground for their mistakes, the effort level of Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker have to be at optimum high efforts all of the time for us to stand a chance on the defensive end. And that thing is especially compounded when they're not hitting a 3 at a high clip. So it's like, okay, so we started Crip back in the game when they had to fly around and play defense and do things of that nature. That's when we started creep back into the game. But it's like they have to be like that from start to finish, or we're in trouble. Like, that's
Yeah, I pretty much agree, because the Knicks, it's like, and yeah, the point I was trying to get at was, I think it was a problem that was exposed in the last game against the Toronto Raptors, which pretty much reared its ugly head against the Knicks. You have a tendency where, they're not, since the perimeter guys are not really that good of a defenders, and guards to hoop, the Knicks for help in the paint, that leads to either A, then the Knicks will give up an open three as a result, or B, they'll get killed on the post, because there was even a play in the game where I forgot who penetrated, but somebody on the Pacers penetrated, and the guy took a mid-range jumper, and because of the penetration, the Knicks defense was out of whack, and Mitch had to run out and contest the shot.
Right,
and
I know.
The guy missed, but again, because Mitch had to go out and contest the shot, you had Rose in the middle trying to block out Sabonis.
Exactly.
Sabonis just pretty much jumped over him and just grabbed the rebound, and the Pacers ended up getting an easy 2 out of that.
Exactly. That's exactly stuff like that I'm talking about. The same thing happened like that in the first quarter. Defense's dribble penetration. Mitch is out of whack. He goes and contests. They missed the shot, but now you have a big on a small. Now you have RJ trying to box out Sabonis. Sabonis gets the rebound, easy 2 for the Pacers. So, like, these dribble penetration is causing a domino effect in the defense. And not only that, it's like the athleticism of our guys. I felt like the transition points, once again, they had 11 transition baskets in the first quarter. We have to get back on defense. And they cleaned it up a little bit, up a little bit. I think they ended the game with, Indiana ended the game with 18 fast break points.
Yeah.
They had 13 of those in the first half. So like as the game moved on, the Knicks got it together, but they have to do that from start to finish.
Yeah.
Have to do that from start to finish. So yeah. Last game, I'm going through Randall. Like I'm bullying Randall. Randall's offensive effort wasn't there. This game, despite the first unit effort wasn't there defensively for the whole time, or the fire. But to me, this game, Randall's was more engaged than I've seen him pretty much all season.
Yeah, Randall definitely played with more effort this game, and especially on the defensive end. And this was a game where Randall it wasn't really going for Randall offensively. And I saw in the second half, I think part of the reason why the Knicks offense picked up was because they kind of went away from Randall a little bit, and they put the ball more in their guards and the wings to get them back to the game. And then that's when RJ Barrett started to go off, and Rose started to go off, and players like that, got the Knicks back into the game. But overall, Randall's effort was good this game. Like, this is a loss where you can't put it on Randall.
Right. It's funny. It was a point in the third quarter when RJ was going off, right? Like, RJ, man, like, I'm starting to look at RJ's passing, first of all. I don't even, what was his stats? What was RJ's stats today, man? Let me look at
RJ's stats was, he 23 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists.
23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He like the way he was passing the ball, it made it seem like he had way more than 3 assists today. I'm just loving the way RJ is seeing the floor, because he's seeing passes. RJ is seeing passes that I'm not seeing, but I'm like watching on television. But he's in the thick of the action, bypassing the first and second option and passing to the wide open third option in the corner or the elbow. And I'm just like, man, this vision has gotten better. His dribbling has gotten sharper. His finishing has gotten much better. His shooting has gotten much. He's up to 43% shooting from 3. He's finishing at the rim at a high clip. I think he's finishing at the rim like a 70-something% clip. RJ.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't know who pointed out that, because I don't know whether on Twitter or MSG. He said like this before playing the league. Down to shooting 70% in the paint and 40% from 3, and RJ Barrett was one of those players. I forgot where I saw the stats though. I saw
it on Twitter. I posted it on Instagram. It was like RJ, Mo Bamba, and a couple of 2 other guys I can't remember off the top of my head. But like, he's taking a step, and Tom is a coach. I'm coaching from a couch, but there was a point in the game when RJ was cooking in the third quarter. And it was leading into the fourth quarter, and I was just like, leave that boy in the game. Leave that boy in the game. And, they brought it to the second unit. And I don't blame them, because the second unit, they did their thing, and they actually chipped away at the game. But I wanted to see RJ finish straight through, man. If there's anything I can take away from these games, It's that RJ is emerging. He's looking sharper and better. And I started this season trusting Evan Fournier a little bit more on the offensive end. And 4 or 5 games into the season, I'm trusting RJ more.
Yeah, and the thing is that going into this season, I wasn't expecting RJ to make such a huge jump. It's kind of like the jump is kind of scary because I'm like, hold up. Like, the first 2 seasons, I saw improvement, but this season, I'm like, this is like a whole new RJ Barrett I'm seeing right now, and I might be talking prematurely, but I can see a scenario where by the end of this season, if it continues to go like this, you can pretty much the offense is going to come more through RJ.
Repeat that because you broke up a little bit.
No, I said that I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm saying that as the season progresses, if RJ continues to play like this, you can pretty much say that RJ is the best player in the Knicks, and the offense will run more through RJ if he continues on this trip that he's on right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling you, man. Like, I'm not trying to jump the gun either. Like, I want to give it a few games until I make that definitive answer. Because I Knicks fans and us, we're guilty sometimes of being a prisoner of the moment. We win a game, we win a championship. Next game, you lose. It's the worst team in the league. That's the way we work. So I want to give it a couple of games to see if RJ is consistent. Consistently winning these games, and it's looking like so far so good. Like, the passing seems super consistent. The mindset to get his teams the ball in certain spots and not forcing it too much seems super consistent. The jump shot, the balance he's getting on the jump shot is consistent. His demeanor, he's always going to be even kill. He's always going to play hard. That seems consistent. So there's a lot of things that's consistent from RJ right now that's making me believe that he can be the leader. You already know I love his mindset. You already know ever since he finished that ever since he went against the Rockets and he finished at the hole with the and one with the game on the line, I like this mentality. It's just a lot to like with RJ. But it's not NBA 2K. So even when even when this guy is forming into the leader, you kind of have to massage egos and not do it so abruptly where the guy who just got paid $1 million and so got a big old contract kind of feels like, well, what am I here for? Because that's a real thing for real. Ask Dennis Smith Jr. Ask like that's a real. Egos are a real thing. Egos are definitely a real thing. But it's looking like RJ could definitely be that guy for real. And
for real, and just to throw something right quick, like I wouldn't be surprised that if it doesn't happen this season, it's gonna happen next season.
Oh yeah.
Sooner or later, RJ's gonna take that mantle as the number 1 player on the Knicks.
Oh yeah, it's looking like it. It's looking like it's gonna happen, and I don't mind it, man. Just the fact that he has a clear mind and he's unrattled, and he seems like his decision making is already leaps and bounds better than most of the I'm not trying to turn this into a Julius Randle session because he's been good for us. I'm not trying to turn this into a Julius Randle bad session, but just mentally, it seems like he reads the game sharper than Randle, especially in pressure situations. At least right now, that's what I'm seeing. All right, and you know what? Yeah. I'm giving my ooh comment of the day right now. it's early. My ooh comment of the day right now. I'm looking at my guys. Hold on. Imanawala Malaka Dawada.
I hope you pronounced your name right, my guy.
I hope I did. Right. He's RJ and Rose can't be our only wing players in the first and second string that can defend at a high level. We've had trouble with teams that have tall, long wings that can defend. Exactly. That was our trouble with the Raptors. That was our trouble today. And when we hit Milwaukee and the rest of these teams, we're going to, something's gonna have to get. I don't know. I'm like I keep saying the answer might be on the bench. The answer might be on the bench, but it's like
the question is who you're gonna bench though. That's the thing. Like who you gonna take out of the second unit to put those guys into the second unit and give them the minutes.
Like it's just like I said. I don't know. We just can't. I can't see us keeping this team defensively for long periods of times when you have a guard and a shooting guard who aren't optimum at defending. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, we can do. It's up to Tom, really. I said it his last game. It's up to Tom. He has to keep those guys on a short leash. Like, once he sees a slip up, he has to call timeout. He has to be on his Greg Popovich and call timeout immediately. And be like, listen, guys, play hard on defense. You're not long. You're not fast. All you have is effort. Play hard on the defensive end, point blank, period. Otherwise, you're losing the game. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. But, yo, salute to the chat. The first call, we're going to read the first caller into the chat real quick. But shout out to Winston Ellis, my real fake cousin. Shout out to D Nice. Shout out to Paul Butler. Shout out to CP, the artist. And shout out to my guy, Ilya here. And the best mod in the game, Fritz Ellisendor. Shout out to all my guys rocking with the KOT show, 082 gang in the building. Let's go. First caller up. Say your name, where you from, and what do you want to talk about? What's good?
Fellas?
What's going on?
Jay Ellis, what up? Ryan, wagwan, brethren. You know, it's JT, Mr. Optimistic over here.
All right, let's go.
Game. I missed the game, so I only caught the fourth quarter, and the quick little thing I could see, it seems like our free throws, we got to hit those.
Facts.
Shots wasn't falling. I went to the game real quick, and I saw when I think it was like 66, 69, and I'm listening to what you're saying. I guess they took RJ out, so I could definitely agree with you on that. That I feel like you were saying, it's like Tibbs don't have that trust in RJ that he does in Randall. Like, he would let Randall stay out there and figure it out and still dominate with the ball. And with RJ, he doesn't have that same.
I was nitpicking. I'm sorry, I was nitpicking just to cut you off. RJ played 34 minutes. Okay. I was nitpicking at that moment because he had it going and he sat him down for rest for the fourth quarter for the second unit. But that wasn't the biggest. That wasn't the biggest issue today. But go ahead.
All right. So I just was wondering if that was the case because, like you said, I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I think it's always gonna be a toss up between Randall and RJ. I hate that RJ's had it these past 3 games and Randall hasn't. I really would love to see when both of them can, dominate on the floor together, and that way we could show how good we really are. Not overreacting as always. Like I said, we're still very early in the season. It's just sometimes from the fourth quarter. I know it's the worst quarter to judge because I guess everyone's gassed out if they're out of the game mentally. But sometimes I feel like everyone's playing at different levels. And that's something that they gotta watch film on and say, and you can see like, hey, I need everybody to give this 410% on, all the whole game.
Yeah.
As far as the second person, I know I gotta surely some Quick, man. I feel if I would swap out Quick with Grimes because Grimes can give you that defensively. He can he can make stops.
Right.
And what I like about that is, on the second unit, Rose is a really good playmaker. So if you got Grimes to get the stops defensively, and he can dish the ball out, Rose to orchestrate the offense, and then they can cook. So I'm not gonna really, like I said, I can't really dissect the game. But you already know, as always, all Team 82. I'm not freaking out. I'm not saying trade for this person, trade for that person. We got the answers on the bench. We just got to figure it out. And then, like I said, I always feel like we're unstoppable. Next game is the Bucks. That's a real game. That's the real game.
That's gonna be a test, man. Yeah.
That's gonna be a test. Yeah, that's gonna be a real test right there. We beat them last season. Like I said, I feel like we could beat any team. So, but as always, everyone hit the like button, subscribe, salute. Thank y'all for taking my call, and I'll speak to y'all after the next game.
Absolutely. Salute to you, JT.
Man, thank you.
Always positive. Always likes when he calls and he always gives you that positive life. Gunshots from my guy, JT.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the words.
And I just want to say something right quick. Like, it might be kind of off topic, but it's kind of I guess kind of based on what JC was talking about. But quickly, like, it's like I do want to play Grimes because I feel like Grimes can be that guy that can guard those wings on the perimeter and also provide that 3-point shot. But like, I made it a priority today to really watch Quickly today, to see how he's really playing. And the thing is that when you look at Quickly play, it's not like he's playing bad. Yeah. Like, he's playing all right. It's just that his shot is not falling.
Yeah.
So it's like, as much as, we could just be like, to make the quick, knee-jerk reaction and be like, sit Quickly and put in Grimes and have Graham take Quickly's spot. At the same time, it's like, you have to give Quickly some type of grace as well, because it's like, it's not like he's out there playing terrible. He's playing all right. It's just that his shot's not falling at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Like, I would say at the beginning, I would say the first few games of the season, I felt like his decision making was all over the place, on the offensive end. But the defensive, like, he's played well defensively, man. Like, he hasn't, like, our second unit defense in general has been good. And in general, so even when you're talking about putting Grimes in, if you want to, you can say, all right, Grimes will probably hit shots over quickly. Yeah, maybe that can happen, right? But the defensive boost that needs help the most is the first unit.
Yeah, pretty much.
The first unit is the unit that's losing all these leads. The first unit is the one who's giving up most of these transition points. Like, if you look at the first unit defense compared to the second unit is flying all over the place. like they're the ones giving multiple efforts. They're the one who's in transition. Like those, and like, and we can talk about the second unit today too, because the second unit was stepped back into place today. But that's mostly because Derrick Rose is pretty much the engine of the second unit. So when Derrick Rose plays well, the second unit points go back to normal. Derrick Rose used to get back to 13 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. So and the second unit, how much did the second unit score today? The second unit scored 36 bench points.
Yeah.
36 bench points. Which was all right. They outscored the Indiana second unit, which is kind of like what I'm saying. Like, most nights our second unit is doing the job, even with Quickly in the game. You know what I'm saying? So as much as we're frustrated that Quickly is not hitting shots, the first unit is still the problem. You can call it chemistry. You can call it, they haven't been together long enough, or just the defense has been clicking with these guys. But it's the first unit for most nights so far.
Yeah, the first unit. It's like there's some nights where they'll be flying on defense. There's spurts. The first night they defend in spurts. There'll be a time when they're lackadaisical on defense and teams will get open threes, and they'll mess with their defense rotation and things like that. But then there's also times when the first unit is on point. They have to get to a point where it's at least somewhat consistent, where they could play at least decent defense on a consistent basis, rather than playing defense.
Exactly, and that's why I'm saying Tom has to put it. Tom has to get in them. Tom has to put it on it. Tom has to get in that ass, like, point blank period. Yeah. He has to. I noticed Kemba was doing some good things today. He got some charges, and that second half especially. He's doing better jobs chasing around pick and rolls. But we need to see that effort from start to finish, especially because they're getting beat consistently off the dribble, and that's causing a chain reaction in the first place. So they have to do that. It's like imperative. So it's crazy because we sacrificed the offense for defense, and the offense has been way better, top offense in the league, or what, top 4 or so in offensive rating. Doesn't look like that much today, but we sacrificed the defensive end, and we need to find a way to get around that. Whether it's I don't know, coach. It's gonna be. I don't envy the coach right now trying to figure this out. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's like right now the first unit has to really score the ball. Yeah, that's the only way they can, keep the game close early for the second unit to come in and then increase the lead with their defense. If the first unit's not scoring the ball, it's pretty much a wrap. Exactly.
And D Knight says, I noticed even Randall can't handle the pressure very well. Teams know it and have film on how to shut him down. And that's the thing. That's the thing that's wrong with Randall. I mean, and I'm not trying to pile off on him, but he doesn't handle pressure well all the time. But he put in the effort today, so I'm not going to kill him today, even though the shots didn't go down. He put in the effort today, so I'm not going to kill him today. But you're absolutely right about that, which is why I'm so happy that RJ is taking a step, because it would be nice to have somebody who's kind of even kill level headed, being the leader and the engine of the team. Because the team takes on the personality of his leader, and Randall, he's a hard worker. And he instilled that in his team, so I give him credit for being a hard worker and setting habits for the rest of the teams to follow. But I would like to lead the team to be a little bit more even kill. That's just me. Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
But yo, salute to the chat, man. Thanks to everybody who's rocking with the show so far. If you feeling the show, you can like and subscribe. But we here already too, man. It's gonna be a tough game. I'm gonna be back here on Friday versus the Bucks. All right, right back at it. But salute to everybody who's rocking with the show. Shoot to Winston Ellis, Fritz Ellisindor, D Nice, Iller, Keo Gaming, and everybody else rock with the show. If you liking what we see so far, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and definitely share our content with your fellow Knicks fans so we can grow this channel bigger, better, badder, blacker, and all that stuff. All right. All right. Cool. Today, I mean, they spoiled. What do you know? Today was the homecoming. Well, not the homecoming. Nerlens Noel is back.
Yeah.
Nerlens Noel is back today. Oh, JT, shout out to you. JT sends a 499 super chat. He says hashtag all 82. Shout out to you. Gunshots in the air for JT for sending that 499 super chat. Super appreciated. All right. But yeah, man. Nerlens Noel is back in this game today. He seemed like he did well. He came back. He blocked some shots. He kept it moving. What did you see from Noel today?
It's pretty much same old Noel I saw last season. It seemed like he didn't really skip a beat. He had good energy. He didn't look tired, which was surprising to me. It looked like he was pretty much good to go. Mm-hmm. Still Butterfingers, you know.
Still can't catch.
Still can't catch at times, but besides, I think Noel had a pretty decent game. You know, I'm glad to see him back.
Absolutely, man. Like for the rest of these guys, I don't know. You know what's much to say about the rest of these guys. Derrick Rose is back to Derrick Rose. Taj Gibson, he's gonna be able to get back to the bench. Mitchell Robinson, get this man some help. Get this man some wing defenders. Give this man some help and it'll all be good, man. That's all I have to say about that, man. Give this man some help and it'll all be all right, man. He did all he could. The amount of rotations. How does this guy have like 3 blocks in the first quarter and it still seems like he can't play defense? Because he needs help, man. He can't play defense by himself, man.
For real, Mitch all over the damn court.
Mitch is all over the damn court, man. That's it, man. I got really nothing to say. You got any ooze any bros today, man? We'll make this one.
Yeah, actually, I do have some ooze and bros, but hold up though. Your cousin Winston Ellis.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with his comment. He says we don't run backdoor often enough, and I agree with this comment because the Knicks. I feel like the Knicks should have more movement on offense, especially when they have certain plays in the game like Obi, because there was at least 2 to 3 instances in this game where Obi ran backdoor. And I think he was found on both of them for easy baskets, and then on one, I think Burks missed them because Burks was driving to the basket, and Obi was going from that same back door from the baseline because they were guarding him at the 3. And he ended up passing it to Noel instead. I'm like, what are you doing, my guy? Obi is making this, cutting back door from the baseline, and that's the better play because Obi's the finisher. But yeah, I think the Knicks do need to incorporate more movement off the ball, more backdoor plays, especially when they have guys on the court like Obi, where if you want to get this guy's shots, that's an easy way to do it with those, movements and backdoor cuts and everything.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Obi is a guy who's kind of you need passers to get him the ball. You need point guards to get him the ball. And what I'll say this about Obi, man. With all the negatives I saw today, the positives I saw were the second unit defense for sure. I like man, even Alec Burks and Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose had a chase down block today. I was like, is this Derrick Rose or LeBron with the chase down? Like Derrick Rose had a chase down block today, which was crazy. But Alec Burks did his thing as well.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off, but wasn't that like a 2-block play? Like didn't Rose chase him down with the block, and I think was it Burks that had the other block as well?
I think so.
2 blocks to 1 play, right?
I think so. So. Like the second unit is really taking pride on the defensive end. So those are that second unit is what cut the lead to 2 in the first place. It's just that Myles Turner just turned into Steph Curry today. Like what?
Yeah.
But when you're that wide open, it's like you got to take them at that point. You got.
Yeah.
But those are the positives, and Obi too, man. The aggressiveness of Obi is what I love today. He turned down some 3-point shots, and he's developing a nice little kind of like scoop, layup, finger roll shot that I like. Even though I would rather him kind of get some contact more times, but I do like that he's being aggressive. He's going to the hole. That up and under move is pretty potent, and he just seems to be more aggressive in attacking not attacking double teams, but attacking the defense when the ball swings to him and catching it off balance. You know, he's kind of being like a secondary playmaker, not even a playmaker, a secondary attacker. You know what I mean? And he's playing that role well. So shout out to Obi, man. Definitely shout out to Obi. He only got 11 minutes today again. It seems like there's death to small ball. I'm not sure if the small ball is coming back, especially with Noel here. That might be all the small ball we're going to see for the rest of the season with Obi.
Yeah.
Sorry to say. Back to 7 points in 10.54 seconds a game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, man. But you know what? Let's go. Let's wrap up the show real quick. Before we wrap up the show, we already know what to do. We're going to talk about these oohs and bruhs. First and foremost, ooh picks, for those you don't know, are the best plays of the game. We just talk about what we like for the game, describe the plays, and we let y'all know what it is. So Ryan said you had a ooh. What's your ooh play of the game, Ryan?
Matter of fact, I think that my ooh was that defensive play the Knicks made where Rose did the rundown block on McConnell.
Yeah.
Rejected him at the rim, and then the Pacers got the ball back. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was LeVert who got the ball, and then he went up for, I think, like a jumper or something, or like a little floater or something. I think Burks came and blocked him as well, and then the Knicks were able to turn that into transition points. So that was definitely a big play right there. That's my ooh right there.
That's definitely okay. All right, ooh. Man, LeVert killed this, man. LeVert with 21 points. He just got back to the Pacers, and LeVert being back with the Pacers makes his team tough, man. Between LeVert and Brogdon, both of those offensive and defensive guys, whew, made it tough. Brogdon 21 points. LeVert 17 points. LeVert 21 points. We're gonna need some defensive wings to kind of offset the firepower of these guys. That's at the league at some point. But yeah, that's our ooh. I'm sorry to get back into game breakdown mode, but that just triggered me. Oh man, do I have any oohs? Nah, I don't got no oohs today. I usually have 3 or 4 oohs. I don't got no oohs today, man. No oohs to you.
All right. So I'm gonna get to the bros then.
Okay.
So, lately, I don't know if you've been paying attention to NBA circles or whatnot, and people talking about, the Lakers or whatnot. Apparently, Lakers fans are upset at Westbrook because, they say Westbrook can't shoot and blah, blah, blah. So,
yeah.
Recently, Derek Fisher, I think he does post-game for the Lakers.
I already know you go with it.
It seems like he does post-game for the Lakers, and when my guy's talking about Westbrook, he called him Westbrook by accident on TV, Bruh. On live TV.
By accident.
Yeah, by accident. That's it, by accident.
But where's the lie, though, man? Like, he's like the worst shooting. Somebody said it. He's like the worst shooting superstar he's ever seen.
Yeah.
But he is, man. He is. He's straight up.
Yeah, he's a great player, but it's like his shooting is just. And then the bad thing about it, here's the second part of the bruh. I think I think it's the game right after that. I think he was playing the Rockets, and Westbrook took a mid-range jumper from the side. It looked like he tried to hit off the backboard. Mm-hmm. The shot hit the side of the backboard, and he shot it from the wing. Bruh.
That's hard to do, man. I don't know how you're in the league for that long and still can't shoot. But God,
I don't know, man.
He has one of my favorite motors of the NBA. But man, that's that Lakers team, man. I don't know about that championship with him shooting like that. I'm just sorry. I just don't see it. I just saw.
Yeah,
Sankford says he got a bruh. He says no Grimes is a bruh. Yeah, man. It might be time for Grime time, man. It might be time for Grime time.
I have to talk to Dibs about that.
It might, yeah. I'm just sorry. When that first unit is not playing defense, it might be time to pull the hook quick if they're not gonna play defense on that high level from the start, because we can't, Granted, it's not we usually blowing leads. This is a slow start this time, but whenever the first unit is not really hustling on defense, you gotta pull that plug, put in Grimes.
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, yo, that's our show, man. It's gonna be a quick one. It was a rough game. Next game up is against the Bucks. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Canal Bond. Shout out to Sangford 929. Shout out to D Nice. Shout out to Knicks Fan for Life. Shout out to Herbie Mack. Everybody else is rocking with the KOT show, man. I'm gonna be back here on Friday talking these Knicks Bucks. I might have a guest. We'll see. But I'm gonna be here. Win or lose, hopefully that's a win. And if it's a win, oh man. I'm busting these shots, man, because we need it, man. Because we got the Bucks up next, and we got the Cavs, man. I'm not sleeping on the Cavs either.
Yeah, Cavs is a tricky team, man.
I'm not sleeping on the Cavs. The Cavs are one of those teams where it seems like a weird matchup. It just seems like a weird matchup for us when you have Colin Sexton, who's a quick guard, and our guys have problems guarding these quick guards who can drive and shoot. It could be a weird night. So I'm looking at Tom. I'm trying to see where he's gonna go when the defense falls. You said it since summer league. He might be forced to play Grimes or a defensive guy if the defense in the first unit is too lackadaisical at times. Maybe it'll take 10 games, maybe it'll take 20 games to figure out. Maybe I should put some guys in certain situations, but we'll see. We will see. All right. He says, I think Quickly will get cooked in practice by Grimes because he plays like he's a rookie trying to prove himself.
Oh.
Interesting. Cooked in I
mean, because to me, I feel like this is the kind of guy where if you're playing hard in practice, he would give you the playing time.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Like, here's my thing. I guess, like, Grimes is more of a typical shooting guard, though. So, I mean, how much I guess he can play his role. Like, I don't think Quickly was getting cooked in practice. I don't think so. Like, I feel like, Tom, like you said, he's one of those guys where whatever you do in practice, if he likes, he's going to spill out to the floor. He's going to give you the opportunity to play on the floor. So I feel like if Quickly is sucking in practice, he wouldn't let him see the floor at all.
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
Yeah, especially with Quickly being a second-year player. So on top of that, like, Thibs has a quick leash on young players. So I think if Quickly wasn't performing in practice and he was getting bossed by like Grimes or somebody like that, it's like what? Rookie, second-year player. I think Thibs would definitely put in Grimes ahead of Quickly if that was the case.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, you haven't seen Knox. We've seen McBride more than anybody so far. It's some situational minute stuff, But it is what it is, man. We're gonna be in a weird position until we figure this out on the defensive end. It's gonna be a season, man. The offense is gonna be there. I fully believe there's gonna be a time where we're clicking on all cylinders on the offensive end again. But there's gonna be times when the defense is gonna be a little bit rocky. It's gonna be wait and see, game situation. All right, I don't envy being a coach, man. This is tough decisions for an NBA coach. All right, man. Ryan, wrap it for this show, man. Let them know where they can find you, sir.
You'll find me on Instagram at Sir G is Chillin'.
Sir G is chillin'.
That's SIR. G is CHILLIN. You can find me on Twitter at RyanGKOT.
All right. That is what's up. And you know where to find us, man. You can actually find us at the KOT Show on Twitter, the Knick of Time Show on Instagram, and the knickoftimeshow.com. You can catch that blog as well to catch the Knicks blogs and actually catch out that new comic, the As Told by Ninja P, man. Actually explains why Ninja P is called Ninja P in the first place. Because I came up with the Ninja P thing like last year, and it just caught fire, but no one really knows why he's named that way, and it's kind of like an origin thing, and it's gonna get some new episodes and stuff dropping. So definitely can keep a lookout for the As Told by Ninja P comic and the blogs that's gonna be coming to your KOT blog streets. All right, so keep a lookout for that. That is our show, man. Thanks for everybody who's watching. Thanks for the support. Next show will definitely be on Friday versus the Bucks. And yeah, as always,
Shout out the World Wide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
it's a mess out here, man. That's our show. We are out of here.
Peace.